The Christmas my older sister Helen and I had hopes of getting store dolls is vivid in my memory. As small girls, we'd made rag dolls from our brother's worn-out socks, and one Christmas, Mama had even designed a doll with button eyes from some leftover calico. But never had we had real dolls with dimpled skin, fat yellow curls, and cupid bow mouths. A little friend down the street had received one like that the Christmas before, and if we performed special favors for her, like carrying the milk pails or helping to clean the chicken coop, we could hold the doll for a few minutes. We didn't mention our deep longing for dolls like this one to Mama and Papa. We understood the strained budget, the pinched pennies for next year's planting seed, and the boys' worn-through shoes that needed half soles. But when Papa came home from a short trip a week before Christmas with a special twinkle in his eyes and a doll-sized package under each arm, along with the Christmas oranges for the toes of the stockings, I had a secret, deep-down hope. That night, under the covers, Helen whispered in my ear that she had the same suspicion. My 6-year-old heart skipped a beat. Could it really be true? All week, I grabbed moments in between chores to slip secretly into the bedroom closet and stare in wonder at the 2 packages perched high on the shelf. Christmas Eve took forever getting there, but it finally arrived with aromas of fresh-baked cookies and pies, strings of popcorn for the tree, and a red candle surrounded by pine boughs on the table. Papa came in from his chores with frosty hands and stood in front of the open oven door to warm them. We watched every move with anticipation, waiting for the announcement of his surprise.
Girls,
finally,
come on over here.
He summoned us to his big chair, had us sit on the floor in front of him,
Have a seat.
and then slowly produced the 2 treasured brown wrap packages that he had placed on the table beside him. I thought my heart would burst with joy as I tried to control hands that were shaking with excitement. But then I froze in disbelief. Papa wasn't saying the right words. He wasn't saying, "Here are your beautiful Christmas dolls from the store." Instead, he was saying,
Girls, these packages have dolls in them, as you know, and how I wish they could be for you. We're going to give them to the little Critchfield girls whose father recently died so suddenly. With their deep sorrow and no one to make a Christmas for them, I knew you would want our family to try to fill their emptiness.
I bit my lip to keep it from trembling as he went on.
You may each carry a doll and give it to the girls while the boys and I chop some wood for their fire, and Mama delivers the cookies and pies she has baked.
Tears welled up in my eyes as I looked at Helen, who was staring at the floor. Both of us were silent. Slowly, I glanced up and saw tears blurring Papa's eyes too, and realized, even at my young age, how hard it had been for him to make this decision. I climbed up on his lap, buried my head in his shoulder, and sobbed while he hugged me tightly. At that moment, I knew how much Papa loved me, and that his love was even greater than the gift of a doll. We were quiet as we dressed in our warm clothing and made preparations for the journey. I followed my parents to the Critchfield house in the crisp evening air, fitting my small feet into the larger footsteps they made in the fresh snow. As I clutched the doll close to my heart, I sensed that we were doing something special, something that lifted our family from the ordinary to a place of honor, and that the pain made it even more beautiful. With the passing years, as I remember that Christmas, I have come to realize the great privilege of following in those footsteps and what they have meant in my life.